What is good, everybody? Discord, YouTube, what is good? Today is July 23rd. I took two trades today. One was a break even, which is going to be this trade right here. One was a win, which is this trade right here. We'll go over both of them. However, I want to start at market open and get my whole thought process through everything, okay? So starting off with market open, every day on the higher time frames, or before I even look at the lower time frames, right? I log on and see what we're doing. So what did we do on previous day? Well, if we come over to ES, we had a previous day. What, today is Wednesday? Yep. We had a previous day high SMT, right? So we took out previous day high. This is what it looks like right now because ES just ripped up. Drake just slapped his fucking dick on the screen. Anyways, right? Previous day high got swept on ES, and previous day high did not get swept on NASDAQ. So with that being said, that's all I was looking for on the daily. Yeah, we had a daily fair value gap right here, but I wasn't too worried about it because of this PDL SMT, right? Or PDH SMT. So moving on to the 4 hour, coming in at market open, which is going to be right here, right? What did we have? Well, we didn't have any fair value gaps to break off of, even though we did invert this to the upside, this bearish gap to the upside right here, right? I wasn't really worried about it. I was kind of playing both sides today. My bias was pretty neutral. I had targets up here if we wanted to respect that inversion and go higher, or I also had targets lower, right? So below us, we had a whole bunch of LRL. Here is the previous day high SMT. I'm going to get rid of that. Here is the LRL we had on NASDAQ, right? So I could have assumed market open when we wanted to manipulate lower, take this out, and then go higher, and that's actually exactly what we ended up doing. But when I look for trades, I'm only in trades for about 30 to 40 points, right? So I'm not looking for these big-ass moves. I just want to see manipulation first before I get into a trade. So that's all I was looking for on the 4 hour, right? And then if you come down to the 1 hour, you can see the LRL a lot better, right? All this low resistance liquidity has yet to be swept out. So how does the market move? Well, we have to fill orders in order to change the market, right? So if we're just accumulating in this area, what market most likely wants to do is come down, sweep out all this area, all these resting orders that have not been taken out yet, and then reverse to the upside. And, well, that's exactly what we ended up doing. But this Drake literally just happened like, watch, let's go to the 1 minute. Literally just happened like right now, right? It happened at 11:54, which is 4 minutes ago. So it wasn't like that all day, but that is what ended up happening. So back to the hourly. My thought process when I woke up, I was like, okay, we don't have any fair value gaps on the hourly. We don't have really nothing. I mean, we have this fair value gap right here, but this really doesn't mean anything to me because, I mean, we've just been chopping in it for the past fucking 6 or 7 hours. Anyways, so my draw initially at market open was come take out this LRL and then maybe we can get immediate reaction and go higher. Well, what did we end up getting as market open? Hold on, I need to fix my bar replay. Right, we have an AMD model right here. We have accumulation zone, we have manipulation, and then to distribute higher. But what did we get on the 30 minute? Well, we got an inversion of this 30-minute gap, and we also got an inversion of this 30-minute gap right here. So I wanted to see price at least respect these 30 minutes, right? Because we had nothing else. We didn't have an hourly or 4 hours. So my next best option for the highest time frame is the 30-minute. I wanted to see price reject those and then go higher, right? Because we would have swept out all this LRL and then respected these gaps, especially this big fat one down here. Respect it and go higher. Whatever, we ended up inversing it. So I could have assumed we were going lower towards previous day low. But what stopped us from going lower towards previous day low? Well, we had a Asian low SMT. Right? So here's Asian lows, here's London lows. We took out London lows all the way the fuck up here. Asian lows got taken out. And then if you come over to ES, Asian lows is down here and we did not sweep it out, right? So we have a Asian low SMT which stopped us from going all the way to previous day lows. So with that being said, that's my high time frame narrative right now is, okay, maybe we do want to reverse off this Asian SMT. So when we shit the bed, what did we end up getting? Well, we left a 15-minute unfilled gap, and we also left that 15-minute unfilled was also the same spot as a 5-minute. Why is this shit taking forever? And we also left a 5-minute unfilled right here. So what I wanted to see was I wanted to see price reverse, and then we can mech it towards these unfilled gaps. Well, what did we end up getting? Let's fast forward a few. Right? We ended up getting a resweep We were just chopping around for about 20-25 minutes, right? As soon as 10 o'clock opened, we were just chopping around. We got that manipulation leg lower, actually creating an SMT. And then with that, what did we end up get? So now we have a Asian high or an Asian low SMT. We have an internal low SMT, along with us taking out most of this LRL, right? So if we go to the hourly up until this point, what are we doing, right? 10 o'clock just opened. All this LRL is mostly taken out, right? We're right here. The only thing we didn't take out was this previous day low. So, and again, we also have this Asian low SMT. So what do we get? Let's go back to the 1 minute. Well, we have an inversion right here. Oh, fuck. Oh my God. Guys, bear with me. Right, there's a 1 minute for value gap right here. There wasn't a 2 minute, there wasn't a 3 minute here, if you guys want to see. Right, the 1 minute was the highest time frame leg inversion coming off the SMT. Now, I've been, like that was a 2 minute, there's nothing else. I've been forward testing double SMTs lately, which is a high time frame SMT paired with a lower time frame SMT regarding the 1 through 5 minute. And I'm 5 for my last 5. I have yet to take the trades because there hasn't been any entries. But when I forward test them, or there probably was entries, it just wasn't my entry model. When I forward test them, I'm 5 for my last 5 regarding them. So it's pretty high win rate, right? So what do we have here, right? We have a high time frame SMT with the Asian lows again. Then we have the internal low SMT right here, which is our lower time frame, right? The 1 minute SMT, or whatever you want to call it. So with that being said, what do we get? We get a 1 minute inversion right here. I wanted to see price retap into it. A little too premium for me. Again, right? Because if I entered right here, look at my RR. I mean, a 1.29 still isn't bad, but I don't have a good break-even point, right? So I wanted a good break-even point. So what did I do? If I missed this trade and it tapped the 15 minute, that's fine. I could have took shorts after it tapped it. So I wasn't really stressing it. So all I did was set a limit order at the inversion. And let's see what price did. Price came down, literally wicked me perfectly, threw me in the trade. And what did we end up getting from there? Well, price came up, hit my break-even point. Now stops are at break-even, right? It looks like we want to go higher. We came really close. And I ended up getting stopped out at break-even right here. I moved it just a little bit higher so my fucking fees would cover it, right? So my break-even point really was like right here. It literally like bottom sticked it. Anyways, I was out the trade right here. Only made about like 20 bucks on that trade. What did price end up doing? Well, price was dancing in my stop loss. Never actually hit my stop loss if I ended up staying in the trade. And what did it do? It ripped up towards the 15 minute. So with that being said, when price ripped up towards the 15 minute, what do we have here again? We have a whole bunch of LRL, right? All this liquidity is yet to be taken out, right? Along with the LRL, we left a unfilled 5 minute gap right here. Bingo. As soon as the price hits this 15 minute, I'm looking to short. So what do we get? Price hit the 15 minute. We get immediate reaction out of it. Actually, we have another 1 minute for value gap. Bullish for value gap that I'm looking to get inverse. So we see a rejection. Very next candle, we inverse it. At the opening of this next candle, I enter. Stops at these highs. My take profit, well, my break-even point was the 5 minute, and my take profit was, I believe, these... I ended up pulling out right here. I was going to move my break-even point to the 5 minute and let it run all the way down to previous day lows and take out this trend line. However, I didn't like the reaction off the 5 minute. I wanted to see a flush through it. So what do we end up getting? I was in this trade for about like 55 seconds. Well, my TP got smacked. And what ended up happening right after? Yeah, we just chopped around and really just did nothing, right? Until Drake just slapped his fucking cock on my screen about 4 minutes ago. Watch, let's go to present day. But you guys understand the gist, right? Fuck Drake. That is why I took my long, and that's why I took the short, right? So the long, let's go over it one more time. Disrespecting bullish PD raise. However, what do we have protecting us from going to previous day low? We have an Asian SMT along with an internal SMT. And we have an unfilled 15 minute above us. So with that being said, we can mech it towards the unfilled 15 minute. And then if the 15 minute gets hit and our take profit gets hit and then it reverses back down, who gives a fuck, right? We already took the trade. We already won it. So it is what it is. This is what I mean by playing both sides of the ball. Like, even though my overall bias was short on the day, I took a long because why? We have clear targets to the upside. And what do we get? We get a disrespect of bullish PD raise on the lower time frame, which it can indicate, okay, maybe we're reversing just for this time being. So that's why my take profit was set there. Stops at the S&T lows. And yeah. And then along with this trade, right, trend lined up, left a 5-minute unfilled. Same thing. We've seen an immediate reaction out of this. This is where my shorts played out. I was a lot more confident in this short than I was this long. However, this long wasn't bad at all, right? I was literally not even in drawdown once I entered. Entered right here off the inversion, right? The inversion happened right here, so I entered off the opening of the next candle. You need to wait for this candle to close. Smacked my take profit, which is a unfilled 5-minute, and then price just ended up chopping around. So with that being said, that'll be all for today. Here's Drake's meat. Like, what is that? Why did that just happen? Anyways, that will be the trade recap for today. Beginner's Blueprint is out now. It's 12:06. It dropped at 12. With that being said, I will see y'all boys tomorrow at 9:30. I know I'm getting like 1 or 2 viewers in my live, but I do live trade every morning in my Discord. Link will be in the description to the YouTube. So go check that out, and then along with all my other socials. So I will see y'all boys tomorrow, actually at 9:20 with the daily bias, and then at 9:30 with the live trading.